Good time zones, everyone, and welcome to Friday. We have made it. It is the end of the week. Oh, thank goodness. I hope that everyone is doing well. It's raining in Minecraft. Apparently, it decided, let's just add some rain to all of this. Could mean that we go into Moody's mode, but I think we'll hold off on seeing what things look like in Pretties until the end. Thank Cthulhu, it's the end of the week. Absolutely. But enough about my ex-college companion. Welcome into Blast and Frauke and Feg and Seribot and Raven and Shadow. And let's work my way down. Welcome into Jerry May and Glam Pixie. And I've got a hydrate. Hail hydrate. And a stretch to go with that as well. Oh, yeah. There we are. And a stretch. No popcorn. Thank you to I'm Not Here for that stretch and hydrate. Oh, sorry. No, that's Lotus. Oh, no. The scroll wheel on your last mouse died. Sorry, Raven. Welcome into True Purple. Let's see. Scroll. Catching up a bit. Hey, Cosmic. Welcome in. Thank you for the Friday lurk. Welcome in, Sci-Fi. Ginger the Lily. Welcome in. Long days be long, and you need to either lie down in a dark room or scream into the void, or both. You could always look for a void and pet it. I mean, that tends to be comforting as well. Let's see. Am I getting close to the bottom of the catching up with chat? Welcome into TGM. Squishing me with fish and chips. Well, I do hope it's deep fried. No, they're not taking me away. No matter what you do with the sirens. I love the fact that it just went with both. Looks distinctly Drake. It really is. Right. Pets the void. Absolutely. Find a void and pet it. That's a little bit... Oh, yes. Things apparently have gotten a little bit darker while I was talking. And Frauke is on a 275 stream streak. Thank you so much for that, Frauke. More ridiculous streaks. You're all amazing. Right, one thing I do need to do is get rid of this scaffolding because it's completely not helpful anymore. So let's get rid of it. Right. So, I think probably the first thing I need to do is go around with a ghast and solve the fact that, thank you, Raven, that there's no game sounds. Solve the fact that there's large amounts of this that are not lit up, which would have probably been a bad thing. Just been told that if you sneeze and fart at the same time, your body takes a screenshot. I'm not sure what to say to that one, Ginger. It sounds a little bit broken, but then so's most people's bodies recently. Let's see, where did I put that? I put it there. So let's do the same over here. Also, I'm not entirely convinced I want my body to take a screenshot. Try to smile. That's yep, that's You lot are even more random than I am sometimes. That's saying something. And nothing simultaneously. Right. I think I need one there. Let's see. Probably have to do this one here. Yep. Hello, Urban. Welcome in. Happy Friday. We just save your randomness for the streams. This coming from the person who keeps riding around on a horse called Uppy's What's-It. You definitely like that horse, don't you, Fig? Right. For those wondering, I did fix the ring at the front there, and I also added this black area into all of these rings. Because I have plans. And we have a Pokemon in chat for everybody. Yeah. Let's see. Let's put one there. Doing snake tank modifications, so we'll be lurking. I hope they go well, and that you are successful. Dang it. Have a good lurk, Urban. I should probably be placing all of these on the grey instead of on the black, because I have plans for what I'm going to do with the black later. Oh yes, this one doesn't have the second one on it. If I only had a clue what the heck I was doing. Right. Okay, so that's everything below inside. Let's start with sorting out the top of this, because the last thing we want is things to start spawning on top of it. Yeah. Well, at least I didn't do what I did yesterday, which was manage to remove the harness with the shears and then throw myself off of the ghast. Whoopsie. What level did I place that torch at? I'm trying to keep these similar-ish so that they're at least reasonably easy to work with later. Boing. This thing is starting to really feel like it is a thing now. Oh, and one other thing I did yesterday. Raven pointed out that the back of this was a little bit too... well, the angles were all a little bit meh. So what I did was I curved the back a lot more, so that it's actually sort of, it feels like it curves in rather than just being a sudden joint. Curves much better. Thank you. I gave it a wasp butt. So yeah, now it actually feels a lot more like it actually is going to work as a building. And by a building, I mean yellow and black wool for the full effect. No, I'm planning on using cyan. So that it goes well with the... that's annoying. Fine, I guess we'll just have to do that down here. That means that that one's... oh, thank you. Although all you were getting to see is me placing torches. Sorry. Goes well with the hints of blue from the warped wood. But what's probably going to be the difficult bit is trying to figure out how to actually put a decent Decent failure to throw myself off a ghast repeatedly. No, I suspect I'm going to need to figure out a gradient of some form. Just to give it a little bit less sort of complete and utter flatness. So that I don't really know how to do yet. The fact that I don't know how to do it doesn't mean that it's not going to get completely confusing and probably succeed in something. However, today I think what we're going to do, once we've got all of this lit up, is actually sort out the skeleton for this. I'd like to put in a lot of the copper around this banding so that we've got something for this to anchor to. Put in the support wires, possibly. And maybe see what else we can do for something down the interior of this. One here. One here. Really? Leave that back. So, yeah, we're going to give this a skeleton. Because generally, if you look at the old pictures, these things were huge metal frameworks when they were built. And I'd like to try and capture that sort of smacking my face into the wool. Oh, I didn't need to do a lower one. Oh dear, Blast. Look after yourself. Are you telling me I didn't need to do that? Yes, you are. Okay. Take care, Blast, and feel better. Right, there we are. Now we should be safe from things spawning up here, which would definitely be a bad thing. Ritsu, welcome in. Happy Friday. So, now that we are safe from things spawning, read some books of puns to Don't give them homework. Ah. Why are you giving them homework? Nuska, welcome in. I mean, really, do we need to give Blast the ability, the hint to go away and get more? Blast doesn't have a book of puns. Part of me says, thanks, Meg. Oh, you've got 90k. Oh my goodness, Ritsu. Yay! I mean, you congratulations on reaching 90k. You're gonna be nice for now. You're gonna wait until I'm hanging from a blimp, suspended only by the luck of a ghast, and then cause me to have to head off somewhere, aren't you? Right. Unfortunately, due to the wonderful way that Mojang have crippled things, I have to convert all of these back to de-aged, whatever, basic copper, so that I can convert them back into ingots, so that I can convert them into trapdoors. It's days like this that I'm so very tempted to install the data pack that has the recipes for making trapdoors in a stone cutter directly. Right. How many does that give me? That only gives me... Ooh, that's nasty. That's worrying. I fear for the amount of copper I'm going to need for trapdoors. Come on, Huffy. Let's go build. Right. So, what I would like to do is... First, I'm going to set this up with a ring of... Ow. A ring of owl. And it burns, burns, burns. That ring of owl. That ring of owl. No, that would have to be a stair. That one, that one, that one. Trapdoor. That one. Trapdoor, trapdoor. That one. The trapdoors give us a nice sort of view through to the black, which was the intention and why I used the black. I'm almost thinking it might have been easier to do the top whilst stood on... Oh, hold on. I got an idea. Happy Extra Coffee Day! Yay for extra coffee. Right. You stay there. Or at least you follow me, whichever is appropriate. Ah! Dagnabbit. I'm gonna need to get some more, some more snowballs at some point soon. There was a ghast here a minute ago. Hey, dragon. Right. Look. If you're gonna... Do you ever get the feeling that this whole hold snowballs for ghasts to come in? Where did you go? Ah! Get the fnibble. Well, I'm now out of snowballs. Come back here, you... Ow. I wouldn't mind so much that, but you can apparently go splat into a ghast. They are a solid object, even more than any other mob. I'm not sure you can actually go splat by hitting up. Well, I know you can. I know that you can do damage to other mobs by hitting them. Well, actually, no, you can do that by teleporting. But I don't know if you can actually splat into them. I kind of feel like this is the sort of moment where science would be useful, except for the fact that I don't wanna. I've got enough things to do here without having to do science about whether or not I can crash into things and hurt them. Now, of course, this is all going to look absolutely abysmal until the trapdoors have had the chance to age, which will probably take about 6.5 million years, given that they're all close together at this point. But, hey. Can you splat into a hostile ghast? You know, I'm not sure. I have never tried. When you splat in the sky into a ghast's eye, that's quite painful. That's quite painful. If you fall out the air and hit a ghast's derriere, that's quite awful. Absolutely. See if you can splat into a hostile ghast. Perfect Friday science. I don't want a science on a Friday. Oh, and we have a Milcery in chat for those who might want their Pokemon. Save it for next Friday when we're in the Nether. Or Thursday. We will be in the Nether on Thursday and Friday next week. Tuesday and Wednesday we will be back here. I know it makes it a little bit confusing. Oh, I'm out of stairs. A little confusing sometimes with the 4 days on each either side of the weekend, but it means we at least have both each week. I like the fact that I ran out of stairs before I ran out of trapdoors when I was fully expecting to run out of trapdoors first. Fine. Oh, the Milcery. Milcery? The Pokemon escaped. Nobody caught it. Where was I? Somewhere up here. You know what? Let's work up the other side. How is everybody doing this Friday? I didn't actually ask that yet, which is entirely unfair. Landstrad, welcome in, and thank you so much for booping the button, and thank you to Taryn for that gift sub. I know Taryn probably can't hear us due to currently being in the process of rebuilding all of their tech, having relocated it, but thank you to them. You did too much for 2 days, so today is planned laziness. Planned laziness is a good thing. I may have to jump off the ghast. Hope I'll... Nah, now I definitely have to jump off the ghast. Fine. I will come for you later. And I'm aware that it's getting dark. Which makes this a little bit more... we need to do this in a hurry. No. Right, time to base jump onto a ghast. I missed! Oh well, time to take a quick nap. Oh! What do you know? Hey, Taryn! Wait, what? No. Is there actually a Terran here, or is Urban responding to the gift sub elements? Having a pretty bad day until a few minutes ago when you got a lovely delivery of flowers from your boss. Are they attempting to butter you up after having a bad day? What did the boss do? Also, that is nice of them. Right. Oh, missed! Haven't seen a Terran. Okie dokie. I have to feed Doggo. Look after yourself, Urban. Thank you for joining us. Get back here. When there's a gust in the sky and you can't catch the dang thing. Nope. You know, some days you just can't catch a ghast. There we are. And Dragon is on a 125 stream streak. Apparently nobody here has any clothes today. Thank you, Dragon. And welcome into Nordic Wolf as well. It's not winter. Why would you want to wear any clothing? To cope with the weather. I love how they're predicting a massive storm on Monday in the UK, and today I've had thunderstorms, hail, rain, all mod cons. It's like back here. Things have been rough at work. You've been going through a bad time outside, and his words, "Hey, thank you, in acknowledgement of what you do, recognition he couldn't keep things going." Well, I am so glad that they actually do recognize that you are awesome, Cosmic, because you are. And anyone who tells you otherwise is, well, they just don't know you. Clearly. I wonder. Would it be easier to do this? Are you still tethered? Yes, you are. That's how you do it. Well, except for one problem. Getting back onto them. The ghast is going to take a double click. Hey, Elkhorn. Welcome in. And yes, Cosmic is awesome. I have probably lost a lead here. Oh, no, there it is. I don't know which ghast side this is. Dark blue is probably south, I think. Except this is the north side, but hey. Welcome back from ads, Dragon. Oh yeah, I was going to look into that. I didn't. That'll be a weekend tweak. And goodness, Canadian Dragon giving out some rare presents. Jerry May getting 2 Ultra Cherish Balls. And Raven getting 2 Wonder Passes. Thank you so much for handing those out, Dragon. No. Right. Time to time to take the the age off the copper again. I didn't see the comment that... Alright, hold on. Cosmic is replying to a message of, that's nice, but something, and I don't see the... oh, didn't know that you liked flowers. Ha! Yes, definitely a well-kept secret, for which I would not have commented earlier by showing you ridiculous builds from somebody. Sin Lily, welcome in. Happy Friday. And thank you to everyone for joining the Scurries. At some point, I will work out something to do with those. I have no idea what, but at some point I will. It really was. I've been following that creator for a while, and they've been slowly building some multiple different biomes, and each biome is just truly ridiculous in the amount of detail they're managing to put in. Yeah, I'm jealous. But equally, I also have absolutely no idea how they do 90% of the stuff, so yeah, I'm just going to stay jealous because I don't know how they do it. There we are. That's another stack and a bit of those. So let's find a ghast and go and carry on building. Puffy, let's go. Let's start from the underside. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I missed one. Uh-oh. I nearly scraped my face off the underside of the ring of the skeleton. Heil Hydrate. Thank you for that, Veg. And a stretch as well. Oh, up we get. And stretch. Everyone else, remember, hydrate, stretch, med check if appropriate, look after yourself, and definitely look after yourself. I said it twice because it's important to look after yourself. Yep. Apparently it just needed a little bit longer to get ready to pop. I love the fact that I'm already detailing this and I haven't even built anything but some rings. But this is how I'm thinking is probably going to be the way of doing it, because if I start with the detail, then the large flat panels will feel less large and flat by the time we actually build them. Also, this has more chances of me falling off a ghast, chasing it around, and general mayhem, which honestly is probably more comedic and fun for you lot to watch. No. These things take... Also gives more time for the copper to age. You know, I hadn't actually thought of that one, Raven. Literally, I really hadn't. When you fall off a ghast, when it causes a gasp, that's a Scots build. Are my stairs unwaxed? Yes, but it doesn't really matter. They're fully aged. Let's go and take a quick nap. Point. Hadn't thought of that one. They may assist the trapdoors, yes. Much assist. Yeah, everything. These are definitely unwaxed. I'm not sure I've got any waxed... Oh, no, I do have waxed oxidized copper. Oddly, it's the middle one of the 5. Why I had them in the middle, I don't, for the life of me, have any clue. Have a good meeting, Raven. When you fall off a ghast cause you're clicking too fast, that's an oboe. Yeah. It's not as bad as when you accidentally remove the harness off a ghast with the shears because you've been breaking the wool. That only happened a few times yesterday. Only because they come from trial chambers fully oxidized, waxed, and you've been bamboozled. I've been bamboozled by that a few times as well. The interesting thing is not everything in the trial chambers is waxed. I think. I might be wrong. Alright, that's 3 rings done, so we can have a full circus now. This is expensive. The worst thing is, I want to use copper on the inside of these rings as well. I may have to change my mind on that. Ah, don't go splat. I don't want to scrape my face off of it. No, no, no. Like that. Oh, and I haven't even noticed we had a Pokemon there. When you're counting out tough and you don't have enough, that's an oboe. We appear to be in the mood for all the extra verses of that, don't we? You know what? I'm going to not do the tops of these yet. I'm going to go around doing the stuff that I need to be on a ghast for. And then I'm going to run along the top, fixing all the stuff that I don't need a ghast for. Now you have to find the actual lyrics to Amore, so you can do a full parody. Oh, Elcon, Elcon. This is how it starts. Eventually you end up having to do so many more. A tube with brass keys, when you blow it and wheeze, that's an oboe. Oh! I didn't realise that Ginger's been taking lessons from Blast for bad puns. I mean, that's half of what I sing anyway, Cosmic. And by half, I mean 98.5%. No. There we are. I'm out of trapdoors again. How the heck many trapdoors is this thing going to take? I'm assuming the answer is yes. And then a few more. I've still got 2 rings and a quarter to do. This is expensive. Something tells me I might have to spend a bit of time at the weekend finding a trial chamber that, or going back to the trial chamber I know about and ripping out a large amount of copper. Oh. Yep. Actually, I might as well just take a stack and a half and just make a large number. Well, that's not a stack and a half. Come on. Ah! I didn't do it! You can't take me anywhere! Ah, they're coming for you lot this time. Yay! It's not me they're after. It's you! Oh yeah, I was about to start picking all of this up. I forgot. I still need to actually de-wax it? De-age it. City built on rock and roll would not actually be structurally sound. No, it wouldn't. We built this airship on copper trapdoors. It doesn't have the same ring to it as we built this city. Yeah. I know I read those backwards, but, yeah. At least you're not hearing me waxing all of this. This is the much better version of the noises that you can have whilst working with large amounts of copper. We built this airship with copper. We built this airship on splats and falls. The city on rock is solid enough. It's the rolling I worry about. Well, I mean, it might be a rolling rock, at which point you've got no moss. Kate Moss, on the other hand, might not be happy about that, but, eh. I was going to do a stack and a half. How did I forget to do the other half? That train of thought leaps the tracks way too many times. Yes. My train of thought is, I believe the wheels are a little bit missing, given how often it jumps the tracks. Either that, or the tracks are faulty. Given how often I end up on the way to work having to deal with trains delayed due to faulty track and signal failure and so forth, just means I work in the UK. Wheels on the train are a little squirrely. Yeah. Whoops. Hello, Bo. Welcome in. I was about to say, I may have overestimated this, but 4 stacks and 40 might actually be about right for what I need. I might as well make some more copper stairs while I'm at it. There we are. God, this build is expensive. Where's my ghasts? There they are. Whose turn is it? Huffy or Puffy? Let's go with Puffy. Come on, Puffy. We've got some stuff to do. Now, Puffy, are you going to be okay trying to get under this to be able to actually let me place stuff? Or are you going to get caught on these walls? You're going to get caught on the walls. Okay. That doesn't help. Fine. Oh, and now it's getting dark. I planned this well, didn't I? Alright, let's go home. If I have a third ghast, will it be called Blow the House Downy? I don't know. Right. Before we try and deal with everything that Huffy and Puffy can't get to. Oh, no, wrong direction. Can I get to these from here? Yes, excellent. Let's get these while I'm still on the ship before we get on the ghast. Right, now those are done, let's go and get on a ghast. Who gave the ghast sugar? I mean, really, who gave the ghast sugar? Puffy, Puffy. Calm down, Puffy. We found our headbanger. Looks nothing like a Harvey. No, that's Warbanger. I mean, he did look like he was banging against the walls trying to get out so that he could headbang. This is looking a lot better. The copper trapdoors actually really look... I've just looked over at this view. And the copper trapdoors and the copper... I think if we take it to one step below fully oxidized, which means I'm going to need about 1 trillion tons worth of wax at a future point. Although some of this is already oxidizing. The early ones are already oxidizing. I think by the time this is at a decent level, this is going to look really cool, which is good because that's what I was hoping for. I want it to look good. do need to decide if I need to do a rib down the middle of the ship. Oh, and we have a lickitung in chat, for those who might want to try and catch it. Oh, I'm out of Pokeballs. Nope, that should have been a stair. Hello, Tor. Welcome in. And Tor and Canadian Dragon both caught lickitung. Let's go and get the next section. Yeah, I think with the black behind this, this is actually looking the way I was hoping it was going to. Oops. I love the way I had no idea if this was going to work, and I did all the work to put in all of the black, and then started on the copper, and I'm like, it might work. Ooh, I got an idea how to make this look even better. And I think I will. I got an idea for how to. Yeah, that's going to work nicely. Oh no, that won't work because it won't. I can't do it there. Dangnabbit. I was about to say, what would look really nice is if I use either side of the copper ladders and rails. But you can't do inverted can you? You can't place rails on ladders. If it was trapdoors, I could put a trapdoor down and put the rail above the trapdoor. So, and that wouldn't look as good. Dang it. Okay, there goes that idea before I even started. Derp. Because you can do rails underneath a block, but only if you're using trapdoors as the other element of the sequence. Well, that was a nice thought for about 2.5 seconds. Nope. It's that one done. I might have overdone it on the trapdoors. Whoopsie. As if I'm ever likely to not need any more copper trapdoors. Ha. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. one more of these to do. Whoop. That was wrong. Nope. 1, 2. Skip a few. 9900. I do believe that might be all of the copper rings on the exterior done. I think it is. Ooh, that looks nice. Right. Time for a nap. And while we're having a quick nap, let's have a look at this. Ooh. Yeah, that looks nice. That feels good. That's a nice sort of texture. CB, thank you for booping the button, and thank you to Taryn again for another person who they've gifted a sub to. Yes, I know Taryn's still not here, but hey. Just shaking your way through chat on your way to take a nap. Have a nice nap, CB. Okay, I like this. I think, It's a shame that there's not... No, wrong one. Did I wax all of that, or will it go green over time? It will go green over time. I actually want it to be about one step short of fully oxidized. Although I'm tempted just to see what it looks like all fully oxidized, and then work my way backwards. I think it will look good. Certainly... I want it to be more consistent, if nothing else. So nothing is waxed yet. Which means I probably need to find and reactivate one of my bee farms. God help us. But what I was just thinking is, it's a shame that there's nothing darker than cyan wool whilst in the same colour. Oh, actually there is. Hold on. Right. Let's get some cyan wool out. And... yes, there it is. Don't suppose I've got any of this already. Well, yes. That's darker. It's copper oxidizing and getting covered with patina and vanilla. Yes, it is, CB. It has been for the entire for as long as they've been making the blocks with it. It's also in that they've actually just announced in the most recent snapshot something that many people have been looking forward to or wanting for a long time, and that is that lightning rods will oxidize now. Yes! Woohoo! Oxidized lightning rods. Thank you, Mojang! If I... okay. So I do have 3 colours in this colour. Oh, that's going to be expensive. That is so expensive. What I'm thinking is the very top of the ship would be this light blue. Down the sides, it would turn to that, and on the bottom, it would be this. Oh, why am I like this? Why am I like this? Because I like it to look good. Welcome back, Raven. Iron Rust. That would be nice. I have one more cyan I could use. If you're thinking of the if you please don't suggest concrete. Raven types concrete just as I said don't suggest it. I'm vaguely curious. I mean, I've got two. I've got cyan concrete powder as well. Cyan terracotta, thankfully, is nowhere near a useful colour. So, we've got those two. Thankfully, those two are close enough that I don't have to worry. Nope, I've just used that one. Dang it. Raven, did you have to? Right, let's get rid of the powder. I'm not using that. Let's get these into the right order. The moment you said it, it was guaranteed that I was going to think it. How does the foliage for the warped look? Wart block. That's one I hadn't thought of. That's actually that might be better than the concrete. For what we're doing where we want a fabric-ish texture, that might actually be... Thank you for that thought. True purple, that actually might be what we're looking for. That feels more fabric-y. Imagine that on its side. Yeah, concrete was a bit flat. That on the top surface of the blimp. This in the middle. This below it. And that on the underside. I think I do need a fourth colour. I've got the fourth colour, I think. Yeah. I did need a fourth colour. Yes, I think you're right there. And we have a Claydol in chat for those who might need a Pokemon. Psychic Weekly. Excellent. Thank you for the Frauke Information Service. Right. So if I put that there... Oops. That was close. I like that. I think that actually is the sort of thing I need for this. Oh god. This is going to be enormous. Right, I'm going to be spending the weekend in Petra. Getting a ridiculous... Blimp in the rain. Blimp in the rain is all blimpy blimp. Blimp in the rain is all blimp. It does look good. Moody mode is fantastic. I think when we get to the end of stream, I will try and trigger the rain in Moody's just to see what it looks like. Wow. I don't have a source of Prismarine Cosmic. They're also too stony. So dark Prismarine is definitely not the right color for. Dark Prismarine. No, dark Prismarine is too dark. Well, I mean, we're looking at the underside of it. So, yeah. And I think Prismarine is too light, thankfully. I don't want to set up a Prismarine farm. Texture-wise, no bueno. Yep. I mean, the wood planks are getting very close to not being right. Yet. Yet is definitely the operative word there. But I think this is definitely going to need... Oh boy. Alright. Okay. Back to the madness world, where we're apparently suffering from madness. Let's get rid of the rain and the darkness. How are we 4 years into the world and no Prismarine farm? Cowardice. Absolute cowardice. I worked so well alongside one on Monday. Yes, I got 70 laserfish to the face. I'm not saying I'm not planning on one. There is actually... if I can grab some extra... Oh, hold on. My ender chest is in my inventory. If I can grab some more fireworks. I'm actually starting to run low on most things around here. Alright. That's the island side, therefore we're going in this direction. Off in this direction. Not by a very huge distance either. There is no search anymore, Nuska, unfortunately. Have I gone too far? Never worked anyway. Point. I thought there was a... Oh, hey. Wait, what? Oh, that's interesting. Mangrove swamp. There is, however, proper search in Discord now, which is definitely useful. Where the heck am I? Huh. That's interesting. Oh, I have gone too far north. Whoops. Interesting. I didn't think these chunks had been generated. I thought these chunks were generated before we got Mangrove Swamp. Which makes me wonder why the heck these chunks aren't loading. Come on. Which direction am I going? Oh, look. There it is. Oh, that's closer than it looked. That is within sight of this. Oh, good lord. Miss Ferret, welcome in. I didn't realise that was quite so close. It is planned tour as part of the Jurassic World builds. That's it, isn't it? You're fairly certain prismarine goes well with copper. I do wish people wouldn't be accurate like that. How do I... Oh, there it is. How do I keep losing this thing? I mean, it's not exactly that small. So it's round about... Where's the... So it's just a little bit south of... the... Okay, it's... there. That's it. And I've just realised there is a stretch from Nuska. Thank you, Nuska. Oh, up, stretch, out. Yep. It's the fact that it's this close. Hail Hydrate. Thank you, Raven. Also, what is... I'm just going to use the cam account for a second. What does this look like? Okay, it's not even raised too far off the seabed. It's actually almost nicely embedded into the ocean. Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's raised up off the seabed quite a bit back here. The only thing that would make this worse would be if there was deep dark underneath it. Thankfully, there isn't. He says, waiting for the world to load and really make his day worse by having an ancient city down there. Actually, you wouldn't. Ancient cities underwater are not really common. Thank you for joining the Scurry tour. So, yeah, at some point, this is... Oh, dear. This is going to have to be dealt with. Hello, Bee. Come on, haven't you heard of Atlantis? I can gravel fill the seafloor. Yeah, the scope creeper has exploded again. Yeah. Did it have to? I mean, it's bad enough that I've already just scope creeped into the world of I'm going with an entire gradient down the side of the blimp. Hey, Mad. Welcome to Scotsman is suffering from scope creep. I mean, let's just do this for a second. Because the problem is, I only get 3/4 of a stack out of a stack. And I... Wah. If we're looking at having... So we're looking at having something like this up the top. Whoops. Fnurbles. Yeah, there's definite fnurbling going on here. Right, now to strip it all. It's just as well I have a... it's just as well I have a Petra. Oh, that's going to look so good, though. And if we then combine that with the cyan wool... Let's grab a few stacks of that. This actually makes the cyan wool go further. The clouds don't help. No, I wasn't expecting them to, really. So let's see. I think by here we're going to be solid cyan. Worth turning the clouds off. Yeah, I could do. Let's do that. Video settings. Off. The gaps I'm leaving are where I would do some of the warped woods. That's part of it. Right. By here it will be solid. Ooh, that's where we need a ghast. But since we also have to take a nap, that's where we can get a ghast. Ow! That was a bit more of a splat than I intended. What that is suggesting is we might need some... I don't know. You can work that out in a minute. Oh, hold on. No. We're working on the other side of the ship, so it makes more sense to take Puffy out. Come on, Puffy. You're on the right side of the ship. Almost literally. Ooh, hold on. Do I have any of the woods? I believe we have mentioned that, or yes. It has scared the living horrors out of me. Don't suppose I have... No, I don't. I'm going to take a quick trip to Petra. Fortunately, Tor, if Create ever releases, the first thing I will do is turn on Lightmatica in this. I have a spare shulker. It's complete. That one's empty. If Lightmatica ever... if Create Aeronautics does release, I will turn on Lightmatica in this world, take a full copy of this, and just paste it straight into a creative world, and then turn it into something that a schematic cannon can use. Rum! I need rum! I've got the horrors! Yep. Right. Here we are, passing the mining village. We turn south, follow this road. Past the little broken down hidden tower that I regularly turn into spawn every time I do a world save. I seem to remember I might have left a... yes. I seem to remember commenting to somebody the other day. Due to Minecraft AI, any high area of land looks like this around here. Every single creature that is mobile heads for the hills due to Minecraft's AI. Right. Petra. For those who haven't seen this, this is the Temple of Petra. There's a reason for that, and don't rightly remember why. Yeah, maybe. I think it's that it. I don't know, at all. But yeah, we have the a nice little statue, where if you boot the belly button, it starts to go kaboom. With luck. There it is. So this is Petra. There are literally more blocks under the hills, so more chance of being frozen. It chooses a block, not a surface block. Interesting. Nope, that's the red side. Ooh. Right. It would help if I hadn't actually... Oh, hold on. That one's the cyan. Hope I hadn't overfilled my inventory with cyan wool. I'll take this lot, thank you. I'm thinking half a shulker of warped warp blocks and the rest of it of the woods. this up and fill my inventory with the rest of the rest of my inventory with the stem. That lock, right. I will spend some time in Petra, getting more of that. But I do like Petra. It is a lovely build. It's also one of those builds where I had to rebuild it 3 times because I moved everything. I rebuilt the nether stem farm 3 times because I had to move it north, and then I had to move it down by 2 blocks. Ah, you missed Ginger. I'm sure Ginger's probably still lurking somewhere. Quite where, I don't know. Right. Follow the road. Past the tower. Moscow Hosco! Welcome in. Alright, at what point do I need to turn east? Ah. Here. Computer to hang auto-corrupt. Ah, auto-cucumber, it's a lovely thing. Right. So I think what we'll probably do is try and get one panel at least reasonably textured so that we can get an idea of what this is going to look like. Just because we seem to be in that mood right now. This area is lovely. Right. Bloop. Right. Let's take Ghast for a ride. Let's not fall off the platforms. Puffy. Here, Puffy. Right. Nga. I forgot to get on the Ghast. What scaffolding? Oh, the only scaffolding that's there is because it's providing a ladder right now. Right. Let's try this for the 4th time. No, it was definitely a fall. I fell off the Ghast. Oh, the worst thing is I actually need to sleep now. I didn't fall off the scaffolding, Cosmic. Did I? 60 million years after it. Oh, I splatted into the front of the boat. Yes. Yeah, that's why I missed landing on it. I splatted off the front of it. I scraped my face off the front of the boat, and I actually fell off the... It wasn't so much the scaffolding I fell off of. I walked straight off of the Ghast. Because of course I did. Right, which section have we been working on? It's this panel, isn't it? So I think round about here is probably our solid-ish line of the... Do I have a... No, I don't. I was hoping I had a hoe in my inventory. I certainly ended up with a flat face, that's for sure. No. Scott's has put so much of himself into this build, like 60% of his face every time he's flown into it. Or had a ghast bounce his face off of it whilst flying along. Trying to get rid of a full stack of... Those don't go there. It really is. Hold on. It's a bit less painful if I stand up. That block's in the wrong place. Right, I'd like two things here. I'd like... Oh, good. I'd like some of this. And... I'd like to get rid of some of that. Actually, this is... I'd like three things, but I'm going to need a bit more not to be stood on a ghast right now. To be able to do the third bit. Because I know I've got a hoe in one of my my chests. Right. There it is. That's better. Okay, now I've got a hoe. Please, no obvious puns. Do is start filling in the gaps. Yes. Everyone must remember to take their hoe to the beach. Oh, that breaks so much easier with a hoe. For those who don't know that one, that comes from the old Lyra streams, where when playing Stardew Valley, we regularly needed a hoe on a beach whilst looking for worms. And we have a Pokemon in chat for those who might want it. It is a rock salt Pokemon. Yeah, why not? I know I have a pair of shears in my inventory and I should be using them. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah. This is where something like Axiom would be useful with its gradient commands, except for the fact that Axiom is creative, and, well, we're not operating in creative. And yes, I have started tinkering with things like Axiom. We are all doomed if I start combining Axiom, Lightmatica, and the scalar builds that I do. But I still prefer actually doing everything by hand. That sounds wrong. Oh, those are in the wrong place. Come on. I need you a little bit closer. Dang it. Thank you. Hold on. No, I did get them all. Yep. Let's do you. Yep. Yeah, da 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 da. Up close, that doesn't look great. But as you go back to about here, that starts to look fantastic. Oh, that I like it. That works nicely. Let's get another row of the solid. Thank you, Cosmic. I'm liking it. I think the next thing to do is to figure out how this is going to look once we add in the planks at the bottom. How am I doing on materials? Crikey, I'm actually doing not too bad. Alright, let's start bringing in some of the planks. And nope. Ooh, that was nearly a bit of face scraping. Right, I need to take a quick nap. And while we're there, I'm going to swap around a couple of things in my inventory and see if I can get the materials in place for doing both the bottom and the top a bit better, or a bit more. I was not planning on doing the sides today, but we're at that I want to see what it looks like kind of phase. Oh, that's going to look good. Let's get rid of the copper. That feels like a good thing to get out of my inventory, because that gives me several stacks more space in my inventory. Right. What are you? Oh, cyan wool. Sounds better in a Waywindstone accent. Yep. Not gonna disagree. Let's do... Actually, I only really need to worry... I don't need to be using... Yeah. I only really need to be using the warped hyphae on the edges. I can use straight warped stem stripped on the flat panels. Well, we can try it. Let's see. I think my focus is the bottom at the moment, so that's warped wart and that. So let's get another... yeah, you. Let's turn you into planks. Get that back into my inventory. And get back on a ghast. Oh, and before we do, Hail Hydrate. And a stretch as well. Oh, up we get. And stretch. Yay. Thank you for that, Feg. And everyone remember, look after yourselves, take care, hydrate, stretch, etc. And med check if you need to. Alright, let's get the planks in along the bottom. Can I do a Waywindstone accent? Probably not. Thank you for joining the Scurry Landstrat. Elk gets close sometimes. Thank goodness. Yay! Working computer. Welcome back, Mad. All you've missed is a quick trip over to Petra, where we have acquired a significant amount of materials which are currently being turned into the first panel of the side of the airship. Elk's British accent, always fun to see which part of the UK he'll be from. Yes. Elk's accent wanders further than mine. And mine is not exactly renowned for being stable. No, that's the wrong one. Mine only goes north, his goes sideways. True. Here, there, everywhere. North, south, and a bear. Thankfully, mine doesn't wander too often. Well, I don't know if thankfully is the right word for that. Oh my. I just caught sight of what this looks like in the cam account. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted that to be planks. Philosophical question. Is someone mentally stable if they are predictable, consistently insane? Not sure. Oh my. Right. Oh my. Oh, that works so well. My word. Oh no. That is just epic. It's... Ay, ay, ay. What's the opposite of fnurbles? My word. Yeah. I don't know what the opposite of fnurbles is. Wow. Fnurbles is what I use for swearing Nuska. It's it's my family-friendly goodness. Right, let's see if we can get the top done as well. Which would be neither of those. It's the wool and the... So I don't need that. It's the wool, the stems, and the hyphae. I am definitely looking forward to seeing what Pretty's looks like. If for no other reason, then I think it's going to be pretty epic. Whoops. No, give me that back. And when the copper is aged too. Yeah, I think I'm thinking one stage. I'm thinking it's going to need to be that for the copper. I think that all the way around would probably be what we're looking for. Although I might keep it to the really to the darker green on the underside. Let's go for a bit more wool here. You can go there. You can go there. Actually, that could have been a... we have a Raticate in chat for anyone who might be interested in catching one of those. Yeah, I've gotten too much of the wood here. That's better. Let's bring the camera count up a bit so that I can see what I'm doing. And I'll leave the clouds on the camera count because I kind of need... If I don't, we're going to turn them back on again later. That needs to be that. Oops. Come. No. Yes. There. MSQ. I think I probably should be abandoning the... Oh, hold on. No, before I abandon Ghast, let's strip this area. We're at the section where I can do this by walking up and down, and it's probably easier to do this whilst not walking on a Ghast. Plus, I need to sleep anyway. Now, the Moogles are moving out. You really need to get back to that. So do I. I really should. Maybe the opposite of Fnurbles is Moogles. You might even catch up with me. I think you've probably already overtaken me, I think. Moogles. Cute, flying, adorable annoyances. I missed your comment above. Sorry, Raven. I think it got caught in the middle of stuff. Speaking of my accent slipping, favourite furry King makes appearances in the new Deep Dungeon coming out in 2-ish months. No! With voice acting? Because if it's with voice acting, I am properly doomed. Dunno, but maybe. Oh, if that's the case, I am definitely doomed in all the best ways. For those who don't know, no, I haven't, Nuska. I am still terrible. For those who aren't aware of this one, I finally got her as a minion. Them. There is a character in Final Fantasy XIV which is the Fairy King, who was voiced in such a way that it had a habit of causing my accent to go, oh good lord, and immediately just slip totally. I mean, it was fantastic. It was just ridiculous. Shadowbringers. Yeah. It was one of the few immediate triggers for my accent to just go, hi, I'm catching the fast train. Do I have any more wool? Nope. Right, fine. Let's get some more out. So I want to create. I would love to have trains in Minecraft. I have played a little with the trains. It's the fast train headed by a mallard. That would just be quack. There was, which is the reason why I really should start doing it. And Ritsu is on a 35 stream streak. Thank you so much for that, Ritsu. Mallard is very much a beautiful thing. Although I'm slightly biased in that I prefer the Flying Scotsman, despite the fact that it is an absolute nightmare of a train, or locomotive rather, according to several friends. Firing a toga at Ritsu. Yay! Toga! Toga! Toga. You got to ride on the footplate of the Flying Scotsman, literally a childhood dream. I'm not surprised. That is, yeah. Edinburgh to Aberdeen. Blimey. Holds up a piece of lettuce leaf. This isn't just an edge of lettuce, it's the tip of an iceberg. Oh. Non-Flying Scotsman is... Okay. That I approve of. That's a falling with style Scotsman, yes. I should probably start... Come on. Stripping my wood while I'm here. That would require style. Wow. Just, oh, fnibbles. Goodbye forever. Good, yeah, never goes out of fashion. Let's put in a couple of bits of this up here. Have I considered orange stripes in this here? Resin blocks are a nice complement to the greenish hue. No, I haven't. But to be honest, I haven't got anything that's got that sort of orangish colour in this design at all anywhere. So that would be a bit jarring to add, I think. But I certainly might consider it at a future point. You. No, I didn't want to do that there. Oh well, I guess I'm doing that there now. Do the same by keeping copper unoxidized. Possibly. Where are we up to? Nearly there. It's like you recommended your mother 10 years ago and almost had a pale or dark base. You can add almost any color accent. That, yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons why pale oak and the pale oak woods are fantastic nowadays, because they, no, not you, really do add an awful lot of just plain colours to the world that you can just riff off of. Let's see, you and you. Why Blackstone goes well, even with the acacia orange. True. Blackstone is a lovely colour. I have used it so often. Oh, thank you. That might be a full panel done. Let's see if there's any sections for me to fall through. No, that's a full panel done. Let's check what the light levels are like. That's not good. And I'm not carrying anything to light things up. Okay, so we've got a huge patch of... yeah, I'm going to have to think about what we do with light levels on this. So we might have to figure out some way of keeping this well lit up at some point. Carpet. It'll work on the wools. It won't work on the woods. And it would add a mottled shape. Well, yeah. The woods we could add maybe buttons or trapdoors. But, yeah. Moss. I'm not sure about moss. Maybe glow lichen in a couple of places. But I don't want the mottling of the glow lichen. Given how often we fly around in this world, I don't know. The glow lichen might well work, given that it's possibly the right sort of colour to go against this. And actually, it might work really nicely at the very top. Right. Oh. Is there no, there isn't spare space in there. You and you go into here. Those flatten. You come back out. You go in there. You get the walls. Wait, which of these has the... Oh, that one. Okay. Fine. Trapdoors and pressure plates might work too. True. Right, let's put some of that in there. And pick these three up. Let's have a look at glow lichen. Pale moss. Pale moss would be too grey. I've used it lovingly in the past and found that it is amazing, but it is also... Mob farm is go! Mob farm is go. Excuse me. And this is why we need to light up our builds. It's a spicy blimp. Yes. Okay, it doesn't need much much glow lichen, and the glow lichen goes nicely on top of the wood. So that's good. For the interior, I'm just going to torch spam it for the moment. Ow. Don't want a spider in my gas bag. No. I really don't want the angry shrubberies either. And we have a Pokemon in chat for those who might need it. It is a Petililli. I think I've pronounced that wrong. I'm not sure. I need to eat because I just went splat. What I also need to start thinking about at some point is what we're going to do for access into the gas bag. Because there will be areas for access into it. So I need to work out where those will be and how we do that. This will do. Because I plan on putting a few useful things inside. You know, a farm or 7 would be probable. Alright. Oh, while we're here, let's gather the... the XP. Let's see. Oh no. Fnurbles. Yeah. And I think that's actually destroyed a load of materials with the second one. Thank you for the poker gifts. That was a pair of creepers. Apparently they blend in. I didn't spot them. It's almost like I predicted it. I did. I really did. Guess smackety gerd met gefnebble. Right. And this is why we don't want things to go kaboom in the gas bag. Correct. Right, I need warped planks and warped block and wool and the ghast and probably a little bit of swearing. I refuse to comment on that one, Feg. Yeah, the Hindenburg clearly had some suicide shrubs on board. This is the Hindentanic, yes. Oh. And I was so happy with that before it went kaboom. Alright. Right. Puffy. No escaping. Right. Let's rebuild what we'd already done and hopefully not that almost makes me want to cry. I'm sorry. That's just annoying and rude and just Snubbles. Get smackety grr. That annoys me so much. I think I need some wool here. The scream and explode. There's definitely screaming. Mostly from me at the creepers. Just don't paint it with aluminium. Yeah. Or there we are. Does that look alright? Yes, it does. Huh, right. Thankfully, not a huge hole. Just a little bit of annoyance. Right, let's make sure that that is fully lit up. definitely, whatever you do, do not use allow thermite anywhere near it. And yes, I have seen the Mythbusters episode. Okay. Don't trust me around holes, I will fall. It's not so much the holes that are the problem, it's the suicide shrubs. Alright. Yeah, that's where the problem is. There we are. That's the last of it. Okay. Now we don't have any spicy holes. Okay. We all know scope creep is the answer, and there's 42 of them working in shifts. Absolutely. The problem is when they not only are working in shifts, but they're also exploding in sequence. You do not need your suicide shrubs to be sequenced. If your suicide shrubs are sequenced, you really have a problem. Alright, let's see. I need a skeleton on the inside of this, because this would not be just a whole area that's completely open. And that was what I was going to work on next, before we... RACS? What's RACS? Rand max of creeper shrub. Redundant array of creeper explosions. Yeah. Didn't I just have a... yeah, I did. That's the problem. Right, you go in there. You go in there. Taking that. No skeletons. Yeah. If I wanted skeletons inside, I shouldn't have lit it up. You know what I mean. I need a framework. And I'm thinking dark oak might be the sort of thing I'm looking for. But I've not got enough dark oak up here. Why am I still carrying all of these when I don't need them right now? Let's put them down. That's my wool supply. Right. I definitely need to spend some time. Really? Ooh. Wait a minute. When did they move in? Hello. How did you move into that? Oh, now the... Oh, no. That's hilarious. Know what you mean, know what you say. Former means nothing of the latter. There's my skeleton. Yes, absolutely. Okay, I don't have enough dark oak to start on this. Right, fine. Let us get up back somewhere safe and have a look at how this looks in Pretty's mode. Because I think it's time for it. I'm getting shot at and blown up a bit too often today. Look, I'm trying to get into my bubble column. The nice thing is, I wasn't actually planning on trying to work out the way that the sides of this would look already, but I think we've already got a solid design here. So let us initiate Pretty's mode. Oh. Oh my. Fully oxidized on the underside. Definitely needed. And actually, we might go... I might let it go... Keep it at the sort of that layer on the top. I love that. That is just amazing. That is going to be just gorgeous. How does the top look? Did I get the colouring right on the top? Oh, yes. That's lovely. Right, I need to reload, force reload the chunks. Oh, that is just nice. I think once this is fully done, this is just going to be... I was not expecting this to come out this well. I think in my head, I was still thinking solid texture. I hadn't realised I was going to end up texturing the whole thing. Yeah. And moody mode, yes. Right, hold on. Let's have a look at this in moody mode. As the clouds roll in. Oh. Oh, that is just... Oh, that is beautifully stunning. We're going to have to come up with a lot of light sources on this as we finish building it, because it needs to be lit up for it to look really good. That is just amazing. Thank you for making me think of the textures, and thank you to everyone who had input on the materials for that. Those materials are just perfect. I think once this is fully done, this is just going to be next level ridiculous. I think I also might need to consider putting a rib either side of this flat section to hold it together. I think that's something it's missing. Some lateral lines holding it together better. Looking good. Need some lights on the deck. Yeah, I need some more lights on the main ship in all sorts of places. I think it was true. Yeah, I think it was. The Warped Wart was a lovely choice. It really was. I am... Yeah. Let's clear the weather up again. Oh. Oh, that is just gorgeous. I am so happy with this. Let's have a look at the top, because I think, yeah. Okay. Right. while I stop trying to sit in a corner and just go ooh constantly, because my brain has just segmentation faulted at looking at that. I would like to say thank you to everyone for joining me this evening. It has been absolutely amazing, even if we did have that moment with the with the suicide shrubs ruining things a little bit mentally. It has been lovely having everyone here, and it has been lovely making all this progress. I will be back again on Monday, where we will be on Idiotic Inc., but we will be back working on this airship on Tuesday, both of which will be 2.5 hours previously to now. It is the opening of One Shot today, so we have many, many amazing people to raid out to as an option. I will definitely say, if we are not picking the person that you absolutely want to raid out to, I apologise, but there are many. I am going to send us in the direction of the absolutely lovely Small Cats, who we don't get to raid very often, and who is absolutely lovely, and is on One Shot. So, I hope everyone has a good time zone. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. You are absolutely all amazing. Take care of yourselves and don't be too much of a gremlin. Unless, of course, you have a snack after midnight. Take care of yourselves and bye-bye.